Hello there guys, welcome to one of my live videos, and on this video tonight there is lots to negotiate about. So obviously on my recent videos today I obviously give you the news on Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. That was on my first video today. Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes' positions have been confirmed by Ole Gunnar Solsjaker. Paul Pogba of course is going to be our next number 10. Paul Pogba played as our number 10 quite a lot of times, during his Manchester United career. So Paul Pogba will be playing just behind the central striker, and he will be playing just ahead of Bruno Fernandes. And of course, Bruno Fernandes will be playing in the number 8. Some United fans would say, we should put actually, Paul Pogba in the number 8, and, we should keep Bruno Fernandes in the number 10. So their positions have now been confirmed. And obviously, on my recent video, I, give you the news on Kai Havertz, Jack Grealish, and Donna van der Beek and that. So I do keep you up to date as much as I can. So let's delve into the news I'm going to give you on this video anyway. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has revealed he wants to make 3 major signings at the end of the season. He wants to recommend Jadon Sancho in, he wants to recommend Jack Grealish in, and he also wants to recommend Jude Bellingham in. Because like I said, Jadon Sancho is one of our priority targets. Jack Grealish is now, of course, our number 1 priority target. So they are the 3 players that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking to recommend in. But, we have been in for them for quite some time. And don't forget, Solskjaer still wants to continue the policy of recruiting young British talents to Manchester United like he did do last summer. You've got Sancho, who's British. You've got Bellingham, who's British. And, of course, Jack Grealish as well. So, there you go. So, the news on Jadon Sancho, obviously. There has been reports saying that we are close to signing Jadon Sancho because Chelsea have come to accept the fact, that, Sancho will be joining Manchester United because, there has been reports saying that we are leading the race for Jadon Sancho. We are leading the race for Jadon Sancho. And I don't see him, going to Chelsea in that. So Chelsea have now got other players on their agenda than Jadon Sancho. But I think Jadon Sancho has confirmed that he does want out of Borussia Dortmund. Don't forget, Jadon Sancho recently got fined by the German Football League for that haircut picture. And obviously, Emre Can had told him to grow up and that because Jadon Sancho had given his verdict on it, and he actually, said it is an absolute joke with, his haircut fine. But, we have been in for Jadon Sancho for so long. Obviously, Borussia Dortmund do remain ruthless over their valuation. They do want at least £100 million for Jadon Sancho. But we've said We've said several times, that we are not willing to smash our transfer record for Jadon Sancho. We have been hoping to get Jadon Sancho in a cut price deal and that. But so, we could actually, sign Jadon Sancho in the summer transfer window. Like I said, if we could sign Jadon Sancho in the summer transfer window, and of course, if we could extend Paul Pogba's contract, then that would be a fantastic summer transfer window for Manchester United. But, we did first express our interest in Jadon Sancho in 2017. So we first expressed our interest in him under the Jose Mourinho era, and we have been in for him since. He did say back in February that we had around a £125 million bid turned down for Jadon Sancho. But there has been a lot of clubs that have been tracking him. There's still stories coming out saying that Liverpool want Jadon Sancho. And reportedly, Klopp's held talks with Jadon Sancho. Also, too, it does say that, Madrid have been in for him. Barcelona have also been in for him before. But I think Jadon Sancho has revealed his preferred option is a move to Manchester United. And I've outlined, the reasons, why I take Jadon Sancho at Manchester United is because he'll dramatically improve us. Plus, he's got a very, very good friendship with Marcus Rashford. And I think, Jadon Sancho will complement our attacking line really, really well. There's still a possibility chance that Sancho could remain loyal to Dortmund for next season and leave next summer instead of this summer and that. But, I think there's a great chance now we could currently sign him. Don't forget, we have been working on Jadon Sancho's contracts for quite some time, and we've also been in negotiations with his agent, like Fabrizio Romano confirmed a while back. And, Fabrizio Romano is an Italian journalist and quite reliable, to be quite honest with you. Don't forget, we've already made a promise to Jadon Sancho. If he signs for the football club in the summer transfer window, we are willing to give him the number 7 shirt. Because obviously, we have got number 7 vacant at the moment. And like I've said to you before, we've had a lot of good number 7s up and down the generations and that. Borussia Dortmund, I've said quite a few times, they are not willing to stand in Jadon Sancho's way if he does want to leave Borussia Dortmund. But Borussia Dortmund have been in the process of trying to extend Jadon Sancho's contract. According to Dortmund, they have not yet received an offer for Jadon Sancho. Sancho's got a contract with Borussia Dortmund until 2022 and all of that. This has been Jadon Sancho's 3rd season with Borussia Dortmund, and I've got to say, since his arrival in Germany, he has been a revelation. Dortmund only paid £8 million in from Manchester City. So Dortmund are looking to make huge profit on the player. But reflects on Jadon Sancho's performances in the few years he's been with Borussia Dortmund. His valuation has persistently grown and all of that. Like I said, he was at Manchester City before Borussia Dortmund. He endured a few years at Manchester City. But the main explanation why he left Manchester City is because, he did not get any first team opportunities. And before he was at Man City, he was at Watford. And he was at Watford for several years, was the player. So Borussia Dortmund is the 3rd club in his playing career. And Jadon Sancho, of course, is only at the age of 20. But yeah, we are looking to get a deal over the line for him, Jadon Sancho. But, it's been one of the biggest sagas, this year as, Jadon Sancho and that. And like I've said to before, Borussia Dortmund have let quite a few of their players go to the Premier League in recent years. Like I said, they let Christian Pulisic go. They also let Aubameyang go. They let Ilkay Gundogan go. They let Mkhitaryan go. They also let Shinji Kagawa go. And there's players that they've let go who didn't go to the Premier League. Ousmane Dembele went to Barcelona. Matt Hummels, of course, went to Bayern Munich. But there again, Borussia Dortmund have recruited quite a few players in recent years. Like I said, they got Emre Can, they got Haaland in January, they got Thorgan Hazard, and they also got Julian Braun as well. But, to be honest with you, Jadon Sancho was our number 1 priority target for so long, but now all of a sudden, Jack Grealish is our number 1 priority target. But obviously, if we were to fail to sign Jadon Sancho, then, we have got some alternatives to Sancho, we have been looking at. There were stories coming out quite a few weeks ago now saying that we was in for Rabbi Matondo from Schalke. And like I said, he would be a cheaper solution than Jadon Sancho. It's recently said as well that we are seeing Federico Bernardeschi as an alternative to Jadon Sancho. I was reading reports regarding Federico Bernardeschi a few weeks ago, and it did, say that if he was to leave Juventus, then, his decision would be to come to the Premier League. There's been a lot of narratives about Federico Bernardeschi. Federico Bernardeschi is now into his 3rd season with Juventus. He has got a contract with Juventus until 2022. Juventus did pay around £35 million in from Fiorentina back in 2017. He's in his mid-20s and, his versatility, and that's very, very good. Probably would be available in the 30-odd or the 40-odd million pound range, but again, would be a cheaper solution than Jadon Sancho. So we are looking at some alternatives if we miss out on Sancho, like I said. Anyway, you know the news on Jack Grealish, don't you? Yeah, like I said, he's our number 1 priority target for the summer transfer window. Don't forget, it did recently say from Sky Sports, which is a reliable source, it did say that Jack Grealish's Man United's interest in Jack Grealish depends on Aston Villa's survival. So it did say, if Aston Villa were to survive relegation, Villa would be willing to do business with a player. But if they were to get relegated, it did say Villa would be reluctant to offload Jack Grealish. Villa, of course, have said they want £80 million for Jack Grealish. regardless whether they get relegated or not. So they do remain ruthless over their valuation. But maybe we've got strong reservations about paying £80 million for Jack Grealish. I think it's far too much. But, it's still a cheaper solution than Jadon Sancho, to be quite honest with you. There were stories coming out quite a few weeks ago saying that we'd offered up to 5 of our players for Jack Grealish, or we could offer up to 5 of our players for Jack Grealish and that. We've already revealed that Jack Grealish is our preference over James Maddison, like I said to you before. The couple of main explanations why is our preference over James Maddison is because, this season his stats have been better than James Maddison's. Plus, he's more versatile than James Maddison and that. And plus, he would be a cheaper solution. Like I said, Grealish is well Premier League proven, and I think Grealish will leave Aston Villa because Grealish now feels as though he's far too good for Aston Villa, and Villa, are failing to match his ability. As it stands at the moment, Villa are sitting in the relegation zone. Up until this point, Jack Grealish has spent the entirety of his career with Aston Villa. He's been a Villa player since the age of 6. He was in their youth setup for several years. He's been in Villa's senior squad since 2014, and since then has become an integral part of their team, Jack Grealish. Key for them getting promotion to the Premier League, also key for them getting to the Carabao Cup final and that. And he has got a contract with Aston Villa until 2023. But there has been a few clubs that have been interested in Jack Grealish. There were stories coming out the other week saying that Jack Grealish to Manchester United depends on Paul Pogba's future. But more or less now, Paul Pogba's future has been resolved at the football club. So there you go. So Solskjaer's looking to get Grealish in. The ongoing situation with Jude Bellingham. I did mention Jude Bellingham on my video that I did yesterday. I mentioned Jude Bellingham. Obviously, we've made a promise to Jude Bellingham if he signs for the football club in the summer transfer window, that, we will offer him a senior role. So he will immediately become a first team player. Now, we are now leading the race for Jude Bellingham, by the way. Obviously, there's been Chelsea in for him. There's also been Borussia Dortmund in for him. Don't forget, there was reports coming from the German press not too long ago saying that Jude Bellingham's agreed to join Dortmund and, he will reject to move to Manchester United. There was also stories coming out from the German press in March, which was quite a few years ago now, and it did say that Jude Bellingham will end up, joining. It said Borussia Dortmund, were emerged as the favourites to sign Jude Bellingham back in March. Now, don't forget, on Monday, Pep Cloytek, the Birmingham manager, announced that he will be leaving Birmingham at the end of the season. Pep Cloytek did make a warning to Man United the other week, saying that, more clubs will attract their interest in Jude Bellingham. There was also stories coming out quite a few weeks ago saying that, we're planning to sign Jude Bellingham's brother as part of the deal. He's called Joe Bellingham and he's only at the age of 15. I think Jude Bellingham's going to stay at Birmingham until the end of the season. So you're going to stay with them for the remainder of the season. And I think Birmingham have said to us, that they do want us to pay the full cash amount up front, to get Jude Bellingham. And I think, the deal is worth around £50 million, so much of it up front and then, the rest of it in add-ons. Jude Bellingham's 16 years of age at the moment. He's nearly 17 now, and I think it did say he's expected to sign his professional contract when he does turn 17, Jude Bellingham, because at the moment he's on a scholar contract and he's on around £145 a week. He's been a revelation this season in the Championship, though, as Jude Bellingham. He's played around 30-odd games. Don't forget, became the youngest player to represent Birmingham. Made his senior debut at the age of 16 years and 38 days, did Jude Bellingham. Don't forget, back in March, he visited our Carrington training ground, to hold talks with Sir Alex Ferguson. Also, to Ed Woodward, had negotiations with his parents. But up until this point, Jude Bellingham spent the entirety of his career with Birmingham. He has been a Birmingham player since the age of 8. So Solskjaer's also looking to bring him in as well. And I do like his versatility, by the way. So they're the 3 players that Solskjaer is looking to recommend in at the end of the season. Now, I also want to give you some news regarding Solskjaer as well. Because Solskjaer's recently come out and made an admission saying that, he would love Cristiano Ronaldo back at Manchester United. And he's even come out and said that Cristiano Ronaldo is better than Lionel Messi in that. I'd definitely not take Cristiano Ronaldo back at Manchester United because he's definitely, the best player we've had in the Premier League era. Don't forget, Ronaldo endured, was it 6 years at the football club? I think we did get him in 2003 from Sporting Lisbon. We did pay around £12 million for Ronaldo. I think in his 6 years at the club, didn't he score like 118 goals in 292 games? I think it was something like that in all competitions. Won quite a few Premier Leagues with us, also won the Champions League with us, won the FA Cup in his first season with us. And then obviously, in 2009, we sold Cristiano Ronaldo to Real Madrid. Real Madrid, did pay £80 million for him. So we made around the £68 million profit because we only paid £12 million for him from Sporting Lisbon. Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo endured, was it a good nail? I think he was at Real Madrid, was he 9 or 10 years, something like that. And then, of course, Madrid sold him to Juventus in the summer of 2018, was it, for around 100 million? It was something like that anyway, somewhere in that range. And now, he's been at Juventus around, is it 2 years now, Cristiano Ronaldo. I think it does his contract with Juventus run until 2022, if I am right. But yeah, Ronaldo is considered as one of the best players in the world. As you all know, Ronaldo has won, 5 Ballon d'Ors. He's won 29 major honours in his playing career so far. He is in his early 30s, Ronaldo. Also, too, he's got over 700 goals for club and country. I think he holds a record for the most goals in the Champions League. I think he has got 128. And that, so yeah, considered, as one of the best players in the world is Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think he's actually, the highest paid player at Juventus in that. So Solskjaer said, he'd take him back at Manchester United in that. So I just wanted to give you the news on that. And, there you go. But like I said on my recent videos, it's going to be interesting to see how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer approaches the summer transfer window. I think, we can be competitive in the summer transfer window. I really, really do. Because, probably City are not going to be in the summer transfer window. Obviously, City have got a lot of money. Pep Guardiola's obviously, spent a lot of money at Man City, but obviously, they got fined 25 million, was it, back in February for breaking financial fair play rules. Of course, Manchester City did appeal against the decision. Now, I don't know what the outcome of that is at the moment. I haven't really delved into it, but City did get banned from the Champions League for 2 years, of course. Liverpool, they're probably not going to make any signings in the summer transfer window. Well, I don't think they're going to make any Galactico signings. Also, too, Arsenal, their players have been taking pay cuts. Tottenham's Daniel Levy, he doesn't like to spend big on players as well. So I think, we can capitalise on this. I really, really do. And I think, Man United and Chelsea are looking to make transfer moves to compete with the likes of Manchester, to compete with the likes of Man City and Liverpool and that. So this is, what we are looking to do. Chelsea, I've got to make an admission, they've done really, really good business so far. Obviously, they got Hakim Ziyech in February from Ajax. They got Hakim Ziyech for around £38 million, was it, something like that. They're on the verge of making their second signing under Frank Lampard, and that is Timo Werner. There were stories coming out last week saying that, Timo Werner has agreed to join Chelsea. Chelsea are going to get him for around, is it 53 or 54 million? Because that's his release clause in his RP Leipzig contract. And he did say, Chelsea had offered him a 5-year contract worth around £200,000 a week. But it's a good signing for Chelsea, that, because Chelsea were in search for a striker, because their only fit striker at the moment is Olivier Giroud. Put into the equation as well, Chelsea are going to get rid of players. I'm surprised Werner's going to Chelsea, because at one point he was looking very likely he was going to Liverpool, because he revealed his preference was to make a move to Liverpool and that. And, don't forget, back in February, he did describe Jurgen Klopp as one of the best managers in the world and all of that. But like I said, Liverpool were not willing to meet his release clause. Liverpool only valued Werner around £30 million. Don't forget, my club, Man United, were also in for Werner as well. He did say back in February that Solskjaer had a private transfer meeting with Werner in Berlin, to discuss a possible move to Manchester United. Chelsea obviously, now looking to build on this and, looking to get Kai Havertz in. Possibly Kai Havertz could be, Lampard's third sign as Chelsea manager. As you all know, Ben Chilwell from Leicester, he's their number one priority target. Chelsea have already got two players from Leicester, and that's N'Golo Kante and Danny Drinkwater and that. So I think Chelsea, have done very, very good business so far. And I think, they probably are going to sign more players than that. But, like I said, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has already revealed his plans for the summer transfer window anyway. Like I said, the summer transfer window will be Solskjaer's fourth transfer window as Manchester United manager. Because obviously, so far Solskjaer's endured 3 transfer windows at the football club. Didn't recommend anyone in his first transfer window, but in the 2 previous windows, he's recommended 5 players in and spent just over £200 million. Of course, last summer he recommended Daniel James, Anwan Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. And in January, recommended Bruno Fernandes and Odion Ighalo in. You got obviously, got Odion Ighalo on loan. But obviously, so far he has made 4 permanent signings. And, definitely, I have seen improvements under Solskjaer. Like I said, we've improved in the transfer market under Solskjaer. What I mean is I think we've been a bit more ruthless and in the markets, and Solskjaer, has got the players, that I wanted to recommend in. And you can say we have been a bit more sensible with our recruitment. I think also, too, there's definitely, a lot of players that have improved under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, especially the top players, they've, really, really improved under him as well. Solskjaer, of course, has identified the areas in the squad where he does want to strengthen up. Obviously, he does want to recommend the right winger in. He wants to recommend a midfielder in. And he also, wants to recommend a centre-half in that. So these still deficiencies in the squad that do need to be addressed. We was in for the striker at one point, because we've had a lot of strikers on our agenda, but I don't think we're too bothered now about getting a striker. The main explanations for this is because I want to see how the development goes with Mason Greenwood. And also, the other week, Odion Ighalo had extended his loan at the football club until the end of January 2021. So Ighalo's going to be here for another 7 months. We paid Shanghai Shenhua just over £10 million to extend Odion Ighalo's loan and that. So there you go. I think Solskjaer should have at least £100 million to spend in the summer transfer window, but Solskjaer knows he's got the backing of Ed Woodward, because Ed Woodward has said on quite a few occasions this season that he's willing to back Solskjaer. And, he's also showed that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job is safe, even though we have been inconsistent for the vast majority of this season. Also, too, the Glazers are willing to back Solskjaer as well. Like I said, I was very, very critical of Solskjaer this season. I've been very, very critical of him. A lot of Manchester United fans have been very, very critical of him. But not only him, I criticised a lot of the players earlier on this season. I've been critical of Ed Woodward for several years. I've also, been very, very critical of, the Glazers. And that, Woodward's been at the football club since, 2012? It's now 2020. So this has been Ed Woodward's 8th year at Manchester United. And the Glazers, they've been here since 2005, and now it's 2020. So the Glazers have been at the football club for around 15 years or something like that. For, around 15 years. So there you go. But like I've said, Solskjaer does deserve at least another season at Manchester United. At least another season, because, it is a transition period. And like Solskjaer revealed at the beginning of the year, he's hopeful that we can get through this transition period and that. And of course, Solskjaer is still in the process of rebuilding this Manchester United team and that. Obviously, he's been here a year and a half now as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's been at the football club 18 months. Including the 3 months, when he was the interim manager. Of course, Solskjaer did really, really well in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager, so that was obviously, the main explanation why he had got the job permanently in March of last year. Like I said, Solskjaer was really, really close to getting sacked earlier on in the season. At that point, there was talks of Pochettino coming in. There was also talks of Massimiliano Allegri coming in as well. But I've give you the few. I've already pinpointed out what saved Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job at Manchester United. Definitely, the signing of Bruno Fernandes saved Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job, and Bruno Fernandes enjoyed a fantastic start to his Man United career. And also, too, wins against the likes of City and Tottenham and all that, they've saved his job at the football club without a shadow of a doubt. Don't forget, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, recently said that he will avoid buying rotten apples in the summer transfer window, because Solskjaer recently warned our players that he will not tolerate any rotten apples in the squad. To be fair to Solskjaer, since he got recommended in, he has got rid of a lot of the deadwood. I think like a total of 19 players have departed the football club, since Solskjaer came in. I think around 9 senior players left and around 10 young players left. The players I've known, the players that I know that have left since Solskjaer came in is Ashley Young. Of course, he left in January. He went to Inter Milan after, he enjoyed 8.5 years at Manchester United. Also, too, Valencia left last summer after he enjoyed 10 years at the football club. Antonio Valencia, very, very good right back we had. Also, too, we loaned Chris Smalling out last summer to Roma. We loaned Marcus Rojo out in January to Estudiantes. Obviously, we let Darmian go last summer. We let, obviously, Ander Herrera go. After he enjoyed 5 years at the club, we let Fellaini go in January 2019. He was the first player to leave Manchester United under the Solskjaer era. Of course, we let Romelu Lukaku go to Inter Milan last summer. Obviously, of course, as well, we loaned Alexis Sanchez out to Inter Milan. Like I said, Dean Henderson's out on loan at Sheffield United at the moment. Joe Pereira's out on loan and that. So he has got rid of a lot of the deadwood. And Solskjaer's, like I said, he's got big decisions to make in the summer transfer window, of what players he's going to recommend in, and of course what players he's going to get rid of, because Solskjaer is going to get rid of more of the deadwood. I think we're going to get rid of at least 5 players in the summer transfer window, maybe even more. And I've already gone through with the players that I think are going to leave Man United in the summer transfer window. I think Phil Jones is going to go. We're looking to get rid of Rojo and Smalling on permanent transfers. We're looking to get rid of Jesse Lingard. We're looking to get rid of Andres Pereira. We're looking to get rid of Sanchez permanently and that. So players are definitely going to leave the football club. But we are going to generate money in that aspect anyway. So yeah, and don't forget, there was stories coming out the other week saying that we had taken a £140 million loan from our £150 million revolving credit facility, to help us through the coronavirus crisis and to help us get the right calibre players into the football club. And that. Don't forget now, our net debt is around 429 million, or is it just over 429 million pounds? Because confirmed quite a few weeks ago now that our debt had risen up by almost 130 million and that. Woodward's been talking a lot anyway. Woodward did say that, the other month that we will remain competitive in the summer transfer market, but he did say, won't do business as usual in the summer transfer market and that. So this is, what Ed Woodward had come out and said. This is, what he had come out and said and that. So yeah. So, like I said, the season resumes next week. The 17th of June, it resumes. Obviously, our first game is against Tottenham. On the 19th of June, which is next Friday. Not this Friday, the Friday after. And I'm really, really looking forward to the game against Tottenham. Like I said, Solskjaer's looking to beat Tottenham for the third time as a manager. And he's looking to beat Jose Mourinho for the second time as a manager, because he's already overcome Jose Mourinho once and that. By the way, just want to confirm that Phil Jones has sustained a minor injury. So he could be out for the game against Tottenham, but he wouldn't be playing anyway. Phil Jones, he wouldn't even be playing anyway. But I think he's sustained an injury. But I'm really, really looking forward to the game against Tottenham. I'm very, very convinced, we can win it. Like I said, we've got things to look forward to for when the season resumes. Obviously, that top 4. We've got that top 4 to look forward to, because we do want qualification for the Champions League for next season. We are sitting 5th in the Premier League at the moment. We are just 3 points behind Chelsea. The FA Cup's a priority for us. Also, too, the Europa League's a priority for us, because that's a chance for us getting some silverware on the board under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and that. And if we could win both them, or even at least one of them, it would be a memorable first full season for Solskjaer and that. And these 9 games remain in the Premier League, and there's 92 games to play in all competitions. I think Solskjaer's got an idea of what 11 he's going to go with against Tottenham, because I think, he probably knows his best 11 now. Also, too, I think he's got an idea of what, formation he's going to go with as well. So there you go. Like I said, these decisions that Manchester United have got to make ahead of the Premier League restart. Probably the decisions we've got to make. There's decisions we've got to make as well next season. Like who's going to be our first choice left back? Is Luke Shaw going to remain our first choice left back, or is Brandon Williams going to be our first choice left back? We do know that David De Gea is going to remain our number 1 goalkeeper. Like I said, we've got to make a decision on Angel Gomez's future. By the looks of things, it's looking like Angel Gomez is going to be leaving the football club and all of that. So these decisions that Manchester United have definitely now got to make. But hopefully we can keep, when the season resumes, hopefully we can keep the good run of form up, because before the football season got suspended, we was in a good vein of form. Don't forget, we are unbeaten in our last 11 games in all competitions and that, So hopefully, we can continue where we left off and that. Got to credit Solskjaer as well, because he has promoted the youth very, very well. Like the young players have been given their opportunities this season. Likes of Greenwood and Brandon Williams, they've been given their opportunities, which is good. But you've had the likes of Tahith Chon and James Garner and Angel Gomez, they've found game time very, very difficult, so their appearances have been limited in that. And like I said, our record against the Big Six sides this season's been very, very good. We've registered 17 points against the Big Six sides this season and that, But can't wait, until the football season does resume. But yeah, stick with Solskjaer for now. United fans have got different, verdicts on it anyway. Some United fans think Solskjaer's a foreseeable future for the club, and, he can get us back to being a competitive elite level football club. And some United fans think that we need a manager in at the top levels, such as a Jurgen Klopp or a Pep Guardiola and that. But not every manager, does settle in straight away. Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since the Ferguson era, and we have sacked 3 managers since the Alex Ferguson era. So, anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribing as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.